Mali and Burkina Faso. And during those 16 years, we have trained more than 2,000 people, you see, during 500 training sessions. And at the end of all those sessions, most of the time the feedback was the rate of 95% of satisfaction of our customer. You're going to forgive me on my accents is due to the fact that I'm always surrounded by French speakers. So I can see you can see the difficulty for some to help me at a certain time. But if you not get me, just ask me to come back on what I was saying. I would like to fix it well.
You still have to work on your volume, sir.
On my voice.
Your volume.
My volume. Okay. Is there something that I have to repeat on Kavaa?
No, I said your volume.
Okay, I'm doing interesting. Okay. So, our topic of the day is compliance focus on anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism and proliferations. Our agenda will be divided into two great parts. The first part on compliance will take 2 hours, and the second part on anti-money laundering and combat. A little bit are not fixed on the statute of the company. For some, it's still a fintech, only a fintech, but they are not aware of the new statute of the fintech that recognize the fintech like an establishment. So that's why you need to be aware of some regulation that governing your activities and the financial market. As I was saying, our plan will be divided into 2 big parts. The part 1 on compliance. At one, we will have the compliance function. Within this part, we are going to define what we understand by compliance, what is the function, the compliance function, on regards of regulations. And at the second point within this one, we are going to see the key objectives of compliance. And at the third point, we are going to see key mission of compliance. Now, at the second subtitle, specificity of the compliance function, we are going to talk about the permanence, the independence, and the functional organization of compliance. The second point, we are going to see the access to information, which is a right for the compliance function. It means that tomorrow, if you have a compliance function within your company, they are not there to control your work, your job. They are there to work with you in order to perform well and reach the goal of the company and ensure that the company embrace the different regulations that govern your environment. So they are not your opponent. You should work with them by foot. And concerning the specificity of the compliance function, we are going to study the difference between the compliance function and some profession within the company. That's why I asked your director a few minutes ago now that where there's a legal department within the company and the one in charge of internal audit, and he said to me that all those charges were outsources. So now coming to the third subtitle, organization of the compliance function. Here we are going to study the structuring model of the compliance function within the company. And the one that we are going to study here is the one that I have proposed few days ago now to the market, to the environment, because I saw that most of companies, even the great one, the bank, they used to just import the compliance practice that the foreigner has developed in their own country and just implemented in our environment. And most of the time, when you just implement it strictly like they have defined in their own environment, it can bring you to face some non-compliant risks due to the fact that it's not what your regulators in your environment have asked you to respect or to develop within your company in terms of control. And then at the second point of the organization of the compliance function, we are going to show you a model of organization chart of compliance within the company. So that will be all for the first part. Now we'll go to the break. After the break, 15 minutes will come for the part 2. This will be the technical part. In fact, I'm asking you to be more concentrated in this part because it's there that if someone just miss and information, you can make some mistake that will bring company to face different needs. And as I was saying to your director now, from January to 2024, things will be more difficult for companies that operate in financial environment. So on that part too, in point one, internal and external regulation, we will see as for internal regulation only procedure manual. We are not going to focus ourselves on company by law, different prescription of the board of director and so on. But on your work, your daily work, you need to be to take account the different prescription that those institutions within the company deliver and respect it. At the second point, in the internal and external regulation, we will see the different regulation that governing your environment. Based to the discussion that I got with your director a few minutes ago, I also understand that you are not even aware of what the law say about you, your activity, and so on. So I will give some regulation that frame your activity and the different operation that you deal with. At the second point now, we'll discuss about regulation, provision regulation within the CEMAC zone. And in that point, we will have 4 points. The first one will define what we understand by money laundering in CEMAC. At the second point now, we see, what we understand by money laundering in CEMAC, financing of terrorism and financing of proliferations. At the second point now, we see different measures to prevent the money laundering, financing of terrorism, and financing of proliferation. At the third point now, we will see what is the procedure after detect the money laundering case, the financing of terrorism cases, or the financial proliferation cases. And at the fourth point now, we will see sanction. You need to be aware of sanction. Not that just like a comment, when you are engaged in money laundering or financing of terrorism and proliferation, you are sanctioned 5 times the sanction that the regulator gave to the one who engaged or who initiated the procedure. So beware. Now, on that second point, we will discuss about